Hi, I'm Tim.pye of the Leap Alliance, and today I'm going to show you how I take dust samples for analysis in a laboratory for lead. The things I've got here are firstly a sampling technician field guide from the EPA, which is where I get my instructions from. Also, it's called a ghost wipe. It's a specific kind of wipe that's used in the laboratory. A sample tube to put that in, a couple of elastic bands, 2 nappy bags, some masking tape, a ruler and a chain of custody form. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is decide where to sample, and I've chosen this fairly easy piece of tile. It's an area that's often walked over, so it's interesting to know whether we're depositing any lead contamination there. The important thing about the sample area is it has to be rectangular and at least a square foot in size. So it's quite easy to make a square sample here because the tiles are more or less square. So what I'm going to do is, with some masking tape, is mark out an area. In this case I'm including the grout because that could be where any lead contamination might be falling. So having done that, we're now going to go into a mode of keeping things clean. So that's where the nappy bags come in. The method actually recommends gloves, but I found that these are a lot cheaper and a lot quicker and easier. And have particularly advantage is that when you open them up, you inevitably turn them inside out, which means you're dealing with a clean surface. So I've got the elastic bands on and I push the ends into elastic bands so they don't fall off. Do the same on the other hand. And the importance of doing this is so that we get an accurate sample and we're not transferring lead on our hands from somewhere else that would give us an invalid result. Next thing to do, open up the wipe. And so it's good to loosen the cap on the sample tube before you start. Open up the wipe as far as it'll go. And we start wiping the sample surface. Now the important thing to do is to keep inside the area that's been marked out by the tape, so we know we're taking from a specific area. And basically do this with an S motion, so we're going to pick up all the material that's on the floor. Having done that, fold the dirty side inside and do it again. I like to go in a different direction because I think, well, that's maybe picking up something we didn't pick up before. Then do it again, folding inside, and keep on doing the wiping like that. Do it again, keep on folding, and I like to go around the outside now because that's likely to pick up some contamination. Do it again. Basically, keep on wiping until you've got everything you possibly could off that surface. Fold again. Maybe do something like that. Now, that's the sample. Important to put that in the sample pot without touching anything else. So now we've done the part of the process where we need to keep clean, so we can take our nappy bags off and keep them secure. The next thing to do is to measure the area of the sample. So this is where a ruler comes in, and this one is going to be about 16¼ by just about exactly 12 inches. So we know that's going to be at least a square foot, and the reason we use imperial measures is because that's what they use in the USA, and in this case the sample is going to go to an American lab for analysis, and also the EPA and the HUD, that's the Housing and Urban Development department in the USA, they use a measure of micrograms per square foot to determine whether this is meeting their standards or not. Final thing to do would be to complete the chain of custody form, specifying things like a sample number, if you've got more than one, which is often the case, where it came from, the surface type and the area that's been taken from. They can then convert that into micrograms per square inch, which is what we want to know. Just need to say, I'm an amateur volunteer. Anything I'm saying now, or any action or inaction taken from my comments, is entirely your responsibility. Thanks.